Greetings. Welcome to Limitless Alchemy 808. I'm Patience. So, we just had the astrological new year yesterday, which also was the spring equinox or first day of spring. And so, the astrological new year is that we are now starting back at the beginning of the zodiac with Aries. And as I said before, all of these things are just permission slips, or if you just started watching this video, please remember that all of these things are just permission slips. Astrology, tarot, oracle cards, anything externally is merely a permission slip that you give yourself to claim that energy. All of the energies that you want are already within you. You just need to recognize them and own them, harness them, be them, be those energies, right? But, I mean, let's have fun. Let's, do what we love to do in this experience, and that is to define and categorize and just put labels, I guess. Whatever, it's fine. But anyway, I'm just feeling a little giddy today with love, and it is Friday, and one of the astrological things is that Friday is ruled by Venus and love, and it's a great day to wear florals, which I am. So you can wear them any day, anytime. But anyways, before the sun runs out here and my golden hour is lost, I was looking at my birth chart and remembered that I have my Black Moon Lilith in Aries, which is, I believe it's a fictional focal point. I'm not sure, I don't believe it's planet, but again, Lilith is such a, how can I say, ancient energy. And so within our birth charts, and I will find some way to put my birth chart on here for all of you, but with my birth chart, I like to go and reference those aspects. And actually reading about Lilith and Aries, which is also in my 9th house. So those of us with Lilith and Aries are bold, assertive, rebellious. Strong desire for independence, breaks rules, questions rules and authorities, a fearless approach to life, strong sense of self, advocate for personal freedom and empowerment, heightened intensity in form of intense emotions, a quick temper, which I have worked through. I'm the best version of myself now. And tend to cause immediate action. They can struggle with insecurities that lead to a distorted view of self. So yes, I can definitely say that is something I have worked through as well. Receives a lot of physical attention, which can be a nuisance due to a desire to be seen past physicality. I had touched on that in a previous video about the body dysmorphia that I had worked through. And I had said, what if we could just see each other's energies, not necessarily bodies? And I actually had an exchange like that earlier today. I went to 7-Eleven to get some coffee, And while I was there, this woman, she went up to the drink station, and I mean, I'm a fat person. She's a fat person. She's bigger than I am. That don't matter to me. Because when we carry such physical armor in the 3D, that is reflecting the energetic armor that we have in the 5D. So when I saw her energy. Like, yes, my eyes saw her body, but my soul saw her soul, and we did have an exchange. And then she looked at me after the exchange and she smiled. So I smiled back at her, and she went to get something from the other part of the store, and she got in line, and while I was walking up, the attendant, he sneezed as he was putting food into the oven. So I don't eat 7-Eleven food, but I said Gesundheit, and he didn't reply. I think he was on his phone on his earpods, but she was like, I heard you, and I was like, oh, thank you. And so then I got in line, and she paid for her stuff, and she looks at me as she's walking out. She's like, you have a great day. She's like, it was nice seeing you. And I was like, you too. Take care. I'll see you again. And so, yeah, definitely a connection from another timeline with this person. But her energy, like, I could feel how much work she's doing, and I'm so proud of her. But moving along here as I am losing light, but yes, those of us with Lilith in Aries can be self-absorbed and preoccupied with whatever they are about. Yeah, I mean, it could also, I definitely, and please remember that I am just a mirror of you. Everything that I say, whether I use an eye context, I generally will work on my language in terms of more inclusivity. So I'll work on that now that I'm more aware, addressing it. Now that I'm addressing it, work on more inclusive language, because again, I am just a mirror, and what I have experienced in this physical realm is exactly what you experienced, even though the details may be different, even though certain circumstances may exist or not exist in the same form. But again, or it's someone that is in your life that I am reflecting. That's also another thing, is that we're just reflecting, all of us, all aspects of ourselves back to each other, back to ourselves. It's a lot of discernment is required to know what is for you and what isn't. Because you can't take everything with you. You can take most. I mean, I don't want to limit anyone. Again, this is limitless alchemy, but take what you want, and leave the rest. Anyways, running out of light here. So in the 9th house, Lilith being in the 9th house with Aries, this is an approach to exploration of sexuality, and freedom is direct and independent. Okay, I wrote that. I'm not sure. I forgot what that. Okay, anyways, moving on. Aries is action and initiation, which gives Lilith an assertive energy that can be through sexual expression. Strong desire for adventure, and may intertwine sex with a deeper understanding of boundaries and power, which is something I do explore through BDSM with consenting adults always. Consent is the foundation of testing one's boundaries. In the ninth house, and since the ninth house is the realm of philosophy, higher learning, and long journeys, so travel to or exposure to different cultures can impact this, and we may seek out partners or experiences that offer a sense of growth or enlightenment with physical connection. And tantric sex is something that I had seen when I was much younger, and I actually kind of was like, who just wants to sit there? But now, after going through all the energetic experiences that I've been through, you know what, I'm just gonna go turn on the light because I'm not even done, not even close. Okay, I'm back. Anyways, dang, what was I saying? Oh yeah, who just wants to sit there for hours doing nothing? And then I had seen, I think it's Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock. And in there, they were copulating with these rings on their heads. And she was all into it. And he's like, what the hell is this? And I think he showed her what he used to do. So, is it Demolition Man? Something like that. I don't know. It's a movie with Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock, and he's from the past and the future or whatever. Anyways, but then recently, after having quite a few energetic experiences with a certain someone's energy, tantric sex makes a lot. I actually feel that I have had tantric sex with that person, and it's interesting. I'm gonna look more into it. But anyways, okay, Lilith in the ninth house causes rebellion against traditional sexual morals or religious upbringing, seeking wisdom to challenge the status quo. Lilith can also help to understand the balance between freedom and responsibility. Be mindful of the impact that sexual liberation has on ourselves and others. Aries in the ninth house supports focus on higher education, philosophical exploration, and travel to expand horizons, seeking knowledge and truth. I feel it's extremely fitting for this iteration and your iteration. Aries is the child of the zodiac and is also represented by the head on the human body. And even though Aries is a fire sign, I feel it has a lot of sword energy. Aries is about action, but then Aries can be a lot about overthinking. Aries can even, or maybe just not even thinking before taking action. I feel Aries can be neurotic, so, but also represented by the ram, Aries are very resilient. They really are. They're so strong. I mean, bighorn ram can stand on the tiniest of ledges on the face of a mountain and be fine. They're actually happy. So, no fear. But I also wanted to, having Lilith in the space with us, I pulled the Lilith card from the Halloween Forever Oracle. How do you feel when you see this card? It's Lilith's freedom. Yeah, such power and fire. So, the author, Tess Whitehurst, she imparts to us that Lilith is a primordial spirit in ancient Jewish and Mesopotamian mythology. And I've also been visited by Ishtar twice recently, and I'm super grateful. Thank you, goddess. In the shower, she's appeared in my hair that I put on the wall, and she appeared once in my previous home, and I didn't think anything of it. And then she appeared again in my new home in the exact same form of, like, the hair was arranged exactly as it was before. And I said, "Oh, I've seen you before. Hello." And then I said, "Who are you?" And she said, "Ishtar." And I said, "Thank you." And she said, "I'm just checking in to see how you are." And I was like, "Wow, that's really nice. Thank you." So, super sweet. She's believed by some to be Adam's first wife. Their relationship ended after she declined to be domesticated or tamed. A winged, taloned fire goddess who sparks uprisings and fuels revolutions, she has been called Lucifer's feminine counterpart. In this image, Lilith wears garments. I'll bring this up again for you, the imagery. In this image, Lilith wears garments fashioned from her broken chains. Her eyes burn with luminous fire. Behind her, a fierce angel stands ready to guard and guide you, and a lighted tunnel beckons you to step out of the abyss. Perhaps you are raised with a cosmology or ideology that cast you in the role of sinner and threaten you with ideas of eternal damnation. But even if you weren't, you have been subjected to limiting cultural ideas about who you are or should be. For example, mainstream culture has historically shunned women for being anything other than cheerful and accommodating, shamed men for being sensitive or emotionally expressive, and cast judgment onto anyone who does not conform to binary and heteronormative models of gender and sexuality. While you will undoubtedly benefit from refusing to be held back by such false and tiresome cultural tropes, this card may also point to a more situationally specific restraint you must break free from if you want to thrive. There may be a truth you need to speak or a bold action you need to take in your relationship, family, or workplace. It may feel risky to go against authority or potentially upset a loved one, but it is a risk you must take if you are to honor who you are. Even though you can control other people's responses, you must speak up for what is right and take the actions that will set you free. Lilith is very clear. Break your chains and be yourself. Keep your own counsel, defend your independence, and claim your freedom. I mean, if there's no clearer message than that is most supportive of the time that we are in now, I don't know what is, honestly. So since Aries season's just begun, and Venus is in retrograde until, I believe it's April 12th. So I just feel that there's a lot of energy around us, around the collective, about decisions in love, decisions in independence, and decisions in what we're ready to release. And you know what? Don't even worry about it. You've got this. There's nothing for you that is not yours already. It's already yours. And you just I don't want to say need, but you just take the action that inspires you most. In divine femininity, you know, and I believe I've been saying it wrong, it's the right brain energy, but anyway, in the right brain energy, we're in the creative flow. We are supported to be receptive and create. So, but there is, you know, left brain energy, divine masculinity, and we all harness these energies. It's just discernment of when to take the action and when to let the action happen. And just go with your gut. Whatever you're thinking, because your thoughts are not yours. They're not. Whatever you're thinking, how does it make you feel? Check in with your gut, check in with your solar plexus, because that is your, what is it? Buoy. That is your buoy. So if you're thinking about something or someone or decision or action or anything, is that buoy churning and tossing and tussling everywhere inside of your stomach? Or is it just kind of like floating along, hanging out in the waves? And that is going to help you make the best decisions. You have all the knowledge within you. You are magnetic. You are mystical. You are magical. You are the main event. You are the total package. You're always chosen because you choose yourself. And I'll see you in the next one. Love ya.